So today is day 5 of our Newvember challenge, and we're going to start by doing a bit of a recap of where we've got to till now, just so that you can fit it all together and feel how it's all going to match up and how the dynamics change and how what fits with what. So here we go from the beginning. 1 under, 2 under. That got us to the end of our day 4 yesterday, where we ended with that very last bar where we had the A minor triad in the left hand, our right hand has a 4th on the A because we've just walked down to it, and our thumb on the E. And I mentioned at the end of yesterday's video how that bar, whilst it sounds like the end of the previous section, is also our opener for this new part. So we're going to start on that exact same bar leading into what's coming up. I'll play it for you first and then we'll break it down. 1 under, 2 under. You'll notice that last bar was the same, but I played it much quieter. So we'll deal with that when we get there. So let's just look at our right hand. So we're starting with the A with the 4th and the thumb on the E. That very last bar we learnt yesterday, it's our first one for today. Then we're going to the B and the C, just with 2 and 1 at the moment because we're heading up. When we go back down, we'll be changing. Going to go over with our thumb because we've got 3 to do, A, G, E, and back to the A. So starting that from the beginning there. Okay. Fitting that with the left hand, very similar to the sort of things we've been doing up until now in that left hand. So it starts with that A triad, and then as the right hand has gone to this B, C, the left hand's also going to a B, and then as the right hand goes over to the A, the left hand's going to an A. So the 2 notes here are B to A, very simple there in the left hand. Again, I'm just using finger 2 for these notes. Start at the beginning there. Now there, having gone down, it's as you practiced in that right hand, where we got back to the A. On getting back to the A, the left hand's got to go onto this E, but we've only just this second played that in the right hand. So again, with the left hand, I'm just going to take my finger 2 to it. I can't place a head to it, even though it's a jump. I'm just going to take my finger 2 to that. So putting all of that together. Like that there. Carrying on in this top hand. So we've just done. Our next note is an A again. This is why we've not placed beyond that thumb. So we've landed on the thumb, and I'm swapping to a finger 2 on the A and a 3 on the G. It's quite nice when there's a repeated note to try and swap finger if you can. Different people do different things. You will do obviously what feels comfortable for you, but I really encourage that swapping, having finished on the thumb, to land on a 2. It's partly because you've just played that thumb's nicely bent over. It's much easier to bring out a different finger in the time available than to re-bring that one out. So then we're going to go on 2, 3, nothing with our thumb at the moment. We're going down, and then we're going to go back up. So I'm going to get the 2 and the 1 on. Okay, taking us to that next bar, so put that together. And if I put that from the beginning of this section, which we're calling that last bar from yesterday. Okay, so we've got up to the B there. So we've got an extra couple of notes to put in with our left hand now. So our left hand had the A triad, and then we did B, A, and then we were jumping up to our E. B, A, E, and then then that's just going to go down one. Like the B went down to the A, this is now going to go from the E down to the D. E, D, and we're going to end with our thumb on that D we've just played and our third down on the G. And we're going to stop that immediately dead. If you're looking at the music, you'll see there in that bar 27 that there's a symbol after we've done that chord. And that symbol there simply means to immediately damp those same strings you've played with the fingers that you just played them, and it must happen exactly where it's marked there. So you play it as a quaver, and in the second quaver of the bar it's going to be immediately damped. So although we haven't quite moved on to that yet, let's make that part of how we play that left hand, that we do that practice. So the left hand is B, A, E, D, and then G and D, and immediately stopped with our left hand there. Putting that together with the top hand. We've stopped that with the left there. A little bit further to go with our top hand. So we've just done, and then before we play the thumb that we've just been playing, I'm going to get my third finger ready on the A, and the reason for that is I'm going to then do A, B and D, so that's giving me enough fingers to do the next part. And then before I play my thumb, I'm just going to put on the triad, so just space it out, miss one out, play, miss one out, and go down. Just do to there for the second. So we were we're always placing a head where we can, nice and secure. Okay, so the first two notes, it's the same note, so we're going to swap fingers. We can't place, when it's a repeated note, we can't place beyond it, particularly in this case. So okay, there's nothing more to add in the left hand at this point because we've done the G and the D and we've damped that. So let's just put that together to there. You can hear how percussive that is, playing that chord and immediately damping it there in the left. Just do that one more time. I'll count in this time. 1 and 2 and and all we have left to add to the end of that is the same notes that we played at the beginning of this section. It's an A going up to the E. But because of where we've come from, we've just done that triad going down. You can get your finger 2 and you can get your thumb all the way up there. Don't normally do that big a stretch with a 2 to a 1, but when you've come from where you've come from and where you've got to go where you've got to go, sometimes that's what you have to do. So, okay, and what we're going to try and do here is, we're quite strong at this point, and then we're going to do these two notes quite quietly. Okay, and the left hand when we do these two, and they're quiet but I'm still bending all the way in, the left hand's back to that A triad, A first and then the chord. Okay, so going from the beginning of this section, this is bar 24. Okay, so let's put that a little bit into the context. I'm going to go back to what we learned yesterday, which was very similar to the previous day, but we had that different ending. And it's the accented on the thumbs, and I'm going to lead that into this section, and you should hopefully hear how the opening chords we were doing, how they feel very much like the end of that previous phrase, but how they also fit perfectly as the beginning of this phrase. Here we go.